Hey friends, welcome to the In Focus podcast, a show for photographers who are looking to grow and scale a photography business that feels good. I'm your host, Gina, a wedding and elopement photographer, industry educator, coach, and most importantly, your friend. On this show, we'll dive into actionable strategies, industry trends, and all things photography related so you can leave each episode feeling inspired and in focus. Welcome to the In Focus podcast, the show for wedding photographers who want to grow, scale, and succeed in their businesses. I'm Gina. I'm so excited to kick off this podcast with a 5-part series for 5 steps to transform your photography business. Over the next 5 episodes, I'll be walking you through actionable strategies that can truly move the needle in your business starting right now. Today's episode is all about crafting a clear business vision. This is the foundation of everything that you do. Without a vision, you're just winging it. And that's no way to build a thriving and sustainable business. If you've ever felt stuck or overwhelmed or like you're spinning your wheels, this episode is for you. So let's start with the big question. Why is having a clear vision for your photography business so important? Think of your vision as a roadmap. It guides every decision that you make, from the types of weddings that you shoot, to the clients that you attract, to the way that you market yourself. Without a vision, it's easy to fall into the trap of saying yes to everything, every inquiry, every project, every trend. Yes, this might work for a little while, but it's just not sustainable. A clear vision is going to be what gives you focus, and with focus comes confidence and consistency. And that's what we want for your businesses. When I started out, I did not have this clear vision either. I photographed anything and everything, families, events, seniors, you name it. Yes, I was busy, but I wasn't fulfilled, and I was not building the kind of business that I really wanted. Once I took the time to get clear on my vision, that's when everything changed. I knew I wanted to shoot weddings, and I knew I loved being outdoors. This also brought me into the world of adventurous elopements, and that's where my true passion kind of started to form. This vision got really clear for me, and that's the trajectory that I wanted to focus on. All right, so what does a clear vision actually look like? There are 3 kind of components, and I'm going to break them down with some examples. The first part is your why. This is the heart of your business. Why did you become a wedding photographer or an elopement photographer or whatever you enjoy shooting? Why did you start shooting that? What impact did you want to make with your clients? For me, my why is helping couples preserve their love stories in a way that feels timeless and authentic to the two of them. Here's an example. One of my coaching clients realized that her why was rooted in capturing moments for couples who didn't have big budgets, but valued photography as an heirloom. This helped her focus on offering intimate wedding packages that didn't compromise quality. Knowing your why helps you stay anchored when the day-to-day gets challenging. The second part of this vision is your ideal client. Who do you want to work with? And getting really, really clear on that. What are their values? What's their vibe? What's their style? The more specific that you can be, the better. For example, maybe your ideal clients are adventurous couples who love elopements in the mountains. You could reflect that by showing imagery of couples hiking in their wedding attire or exchanging vows with breathtaking views in the background. Or maybe they're big dreamers planning luxury weddings. Think elegant venues, black tie events, in rich and dramatic tones. When you get specific about your ideal client, you actually start to naturally repel the ones who aren't a good fit. And that's a good thing. You don't want to appeal to everyone. You want to just be attracting those right people for you. The third and last part of this is your long-term goals. Asking yourself, what does success look like for you? And it's going to look different for everybody. I can tell you success looks like for me, but that might not connect with you and what success would mean to you. Do you want to shoot 15 weddings a year at a higher price point, or would you rather book 30 smaller events throughout the year? Maybe you dream of becoming a destination wedding photographer or mentoring other photographers. Write this down and be as specific as possible. Give your goals These types of goals give your vision direction. Here's a little bit of a reflection exercise. So if you're driving, don't close your eyes, but just kind of get that clarity in your mind, or maybe you're sitting having a cup of coffee before your day gets going. I just want you guys to have this moment, and I want you to picture this business that you're building and working in right now, 5 years from now. Where are you? What types of weddings or shoots are you shooting? How do you feel? This mental picture is starting the point for creating your goals and building on this vision. Now that we've kind of talked about what a vision is, I want to get really practical. Here are 3 steps that you can take today to define your business vision with some examples and insights on how these steps can transform your business. First, I want you to reflect on that why that we talked about. Taking a few minutes and just asking yourself why you started this business. No, truly, why did you start this business? And what do you love about this form of photography that you do? If you shoot weddings, is it the actual interaction between the couples, or maybe it's the families all coming together to surround a couple and celebrate them? Or maybe you really love just all of the vendors collaborating and working together on such a big event. Like, what is your why? What draws you to this type of photography? Maybe you shoot families and maybe you're a mom and you just really understand that feeling of having the new baby and all the little moments that are a part of that. And that's the story that you want to tell. Just get really vulnerable and true to you and your thoughts and feelings on what you're shooting and why it brings you so much joy. Also, within your why, asking yourself what kind of impact that do you want to have on your clients and how do you want your business to feel for you? Here's an example of a photographer that I was working with, and we were really diving into her why. At the time, she was just unfulfilled with what she was shooting. And we're able to dive deep enough and discover that her why was really rooted in her love for storytelling. So, in weddings specifically, she found the most joy and reward coming from being able to tell the entire story of that wedding day. And what was happening at the time is she was a couple years into her business and she was attracting a lot of couples that were booking her just based on budget. So they actually weren't even interested in that full story being told. It was more of just like a checkbox off of their wedding day to-do list, was like check, photographer booked, whatever. They didn't really place value and as much attention and care into that desire to have their story told in a beautiful way. So once we discovered this about her, we really leaned into this and she leaned into this. She reworked some of the wording on her website, talking about stories. She redid some of her blog posts and it just really laid out the stories of the day a lot more elaborately. And then she also shared a lot more of this on her social media. She shared more longer posts of the blog posts and the stories being told. And she started booking clients who actually valued her artistic approach rather than just getting photos. Her business became more profitable and fulfilling because it was aligned with her why and why she truly found joy in what she was doing. The second step that we can do today to kind of get on that fast track to creating our vision is to create an actual vision board. I love a good vision board. I am just such a visual person, as I know a lot of us photographers are. And having this visual reference is just so awesome. So if you could head to Pinterest or social media or just grab a stack of magazines and start gathering images that inspire you, images that when you look at them, you say, that's who I want to be. That's where I want to be. That is the work that I want to be shooting. Think about the types of weddings that you want to shoot and the venues that you want to shoot at, the colors and the emotions and the level of detail that you want involved in these events and sessions. For example, if you are drawn to beachside elopements, including images of waves and sun-drenched couples and airy and light tones, feet in the sand, just giving that full vision of at the beach and this elopement and freedom and salt in the air, and just so you can almost like tangibly feel this vision that you're creating. Visualizing your dream clients and projects helps you focus your energy on what you want to attract. I did this activity with one of my photographers that I was mentoring, and it's kind of a funny story because after she did her vision board, it actually gave her clarity on a niche that she didn't even realize that she was loving. She realized that she actually loved cityscape weddings. She started showcasing a lot more urban themed shoots downtown, on the sidewalks, in the crosswalks. And honestly, within months, she booked several high-end city weddings. So this vision board really started to align a lot more with what she loved and found joy in her business. And it made a lot more of her dreams tangible. And the third and final step of this that I think you can tackle today is writing a mission statement. If you don't already have a mission statement in your business, then this is definitely something that you want to do. And if you do have one, but you haven't updated it in a while, this is a great activity and exercise as well. If you're feeling a little bit burned out or you're not booking the right types of sessions, then maybe there's something misaligned with that mission statement that you already have. So I want you to dive into this mission statement. Think about the things that we've already talked about, and I want you to think about what you are exactly delivering and for who you are delivering that for. Get really, really clear on this. Once you have this mission statement, it becomes your North Star in your business. So when you're faced with decisions like whether or not you want to take on an inquiry or say yes, how you want to market your services, just ask yourself if this aligns with your mission. Another example, a photographer whose mission was to make luxury wedding photography accessible to diverse couples used her statement as a guide. It led her to create inclusive marketing campaigns. She quickly built a reputation as the go-to photographer for multicultural weddings. Take the time to do these exercises. I promise you'll feel more clarity and direction in your business, and that is where the transformation truly can begin. I want to just take a minute and I want to share a story about a photographer that I worked with who completely transformed her business by clarifying her vision. When we first connected, she was booking a little bit of everything: family sessions, weddings, corporate headshots, you name it. She was overworked, she was overwhelmed, and frankly, she was super burnt out. I could hear the burnout in her voice on our first call together. She told me, "I love photography, but I feel like I'm running in circles and not making any progress." Does this feeling sound familiar? I feel like if you've ever been in a state of burnout, you can totally resonate with this feeling of just like, why am I working so hard and not feeling like I'm getting anywhere? We started getting really super clear on her why. We quickly realized that what truly lit her up was photographing intimate outdoor weddings. She loved the emotion and the connection and the storytelling that came with those types of events. Once we nailed that down, everything else kind of started to fall into place for her. We worked on defining her ideal client. She envisioned adventurous couples who valued experiences over traditions. Couples who would hike to a mountaintop or stand in the rain just to exchange vows in a meaningful way. This clarity helped her adjust her portfolio to showcase exactly that vibe. Lots of mountaintops, lots of hiking boots, lots of time outdoors, lots of couples that were more interested in the moment versus the production of what was happening. We also revamped her website to reflect her new focus. We used new images. We had a couple of styled shoots just to make sure that everything was exactly on point with what we were trying to attract. And we used language and words that spoke directly to those dream clients, those adventurous clients and couples who wanted to be outdoors and dream a little bit different than your normal client. The results? Within 6 months, she was booking more of the weddings that she loved and fewer of the sessions that drained her energy. A year later, she had doubled her income with these specific projects. She was working less hours and taking on less shoots that just didn't fill her cup. And she'd finally built a business that truly aligned with her passion. When we finished, she told me that for the first time in her business, she felt like it represented who she was. Oh, that is such a good feeling. And I just remember just being so proud of her for like taking the time to look a little bit inward and then do the work to make sure that that was expressed outward. And really it paid off for her in the end. The key takeaway here is that clarity breeds confidence. Once you're clear on your vision, you're not afraid to say no to opportunities that don't align because you know exactly what you're working toward. Let's recap today. Today, we talked about why a clear vision is the foundation of your business, what it looks like, and how to start defining yours and your business. Remember, your vision is your roadmap. It gives you confidence and direction and focus. Your action steps for today are to get real with your why. Create a vision board that aligns with that and write out your mission statement. If you're ready to take this to the next level, I've created a free worksheet to help you define your vision. You can download it in the show notes. I want to thank you so much for tuning into this first episode of In Focus Podcast. If you found this helpful, I would love for you to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who's also building their photography business. Next week, we are going to dive into episode 2 and the second step for transforming your business, and you do not want to miss it. Until next time, stay focused and keep smiling. We'll talk soon.